Okay, workshop 6. Just like last week, we're in a situation where the chapter itself of the text is really relatively straightforward and it's very, very short. So I thought this would be a good opportunity to start talking about some of the other issues that are important for practitioners in law and particularly practitioners in this area. And what we're really talking about here is the way in which a professional deals in conflict and deals in quite serious and often quite terrible events and manages to keep themselves healthy in that environment. So with many areas of law, we deal with trauma. We deal with quite serious trauma in people's lives. And succession has its own type of trauma. Not just because it's talking about death, not just because it's a fairly morbid area of law to start with, but also because this is where a lot of family trauma erupts, and where you can have years and years of some horrible things happening in families that erupt over the determination of a will, and you end up with the will and often the poor executor being at the nexus of all of this. And while a lot of what we talk about in this course is what our duties are to the clients, and that's very important, how do we balance our own well-being in that situation? Now, you may be aware already of the Tristan Jepson Memorial Foundation. It's doing a lot of work in the area of mental health and the legal profession, and you may already know, and if you don't know already, it's sad for me to tell you this, that lawyers have an extremely high rate of suicide and substance abuse among professions. And it's very high amongst law students as well, and we're very concerned about that. And what's worse is that research seems to indicate that people don't have those propensities when they start studying law, but within about a year of studying law, they are starting to show signs of depression, anxiety, and so on. So it's seeming to indicate that there's something about studying law and practicing law that is harmful for people, or for some people. Those who it's not harmful for, we want to find out, well, what do they do that's different? And part of it's about that idea of professionalism and what you do as a professional, and the ways in which you keep your life and work separate. And so it sounds like it's a bit of a gloomy week again here, but I think it's a very positive week, because what we're going to talk about is some positive ways of trying to make a difference, of trying to change the way in which you conduct practice and think about your responsibility as a lawyer, that you don't get dragged down in the conflicts that you do of the work you deal with. In comparison, doctors deal with just as terrible things. Doctors deal with illness and death all the time, and severe disability. Doctors don't have the same propensities as lawyers for this, and we're only beginning to understand that. So, again, while at first look this seems to be another one of those depressing workshops, I hope what we're going to really be talking about are what are the things that are good practice that you can do as a lawyer, so you don't go down that path, so you actually end up being able to serve your clients in a way that's really in their interests, without becoming callous about everything, but in a way where you can actually keep your life work balance together, and you can keep your well-being together. So it's a really important discussion this week. It's one we need to have throughout the law program, and I really do look forward to your perspectives on that when we have the workshop. Okay, I will see you there.